Hey guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire and today is Monday, November 2nd, which means that it is officially the beginning of Nanowrimo. Now, in case you haven't been with my channel that long, I did participate not only in Nanowrimo last year, but uploading daily writing vlogs. That's not going to be possible this year because I don't have internet or Wi-Fi at my house, so uploading that often would be very strenuous and difficult. So in case you don't know, I have already written a YA fantasy book. However, it needed a ton of revisions because I am seeking traditional publishing, so I am trying to get it up to a certain standard of professionalism to seek that sort of representation from a literary agent and ultimately to get it publishing by a major publishing house. So currently I'm in the midst of completely revising my Act 2, and I wrote out a very detailed, intensive outline. And I'm not somebody who generally outline, but this outline has like saved so much time and brain effort on my end. I am using that and I'm just going chapter by chapter and drafting out a new Act 2. Drafting is not my favorite part of the writing process. I much prefer editing and really getting into like the nitty-gritty and perfecting my like voice and sentences and all of that. Drafting I find to be very strenuous but hence why this like NaNoWriMo will be really good, because I do just need to get the words on the page and get that flow out and just get through Act 2 as much as possible. Now I am about a little under the halfway point in my Act 2. Maybe I'm even at the halfway point. I have not been paying attention. I have work at noon, so it's almost 10 a.m. so I need to get my 1,667 words down today, and I unfortunately did not do any writing yesterday because it was the day after Halloween and that was just not gonna happen. So ideally I would try to hit a little bit above the general word count this week. This week is already going to be a little tough. We have election day. The day after election day is my birthday, and then one of my closest friends from Chicago is coming in to stay with me over the weekends. So it's like I have a lot going on. All I can do is my best. All I can do is try to write as much as possible. I really should aim more for 2,000 words to make up for those potential days I'll miss, but while this first week is really busy, the weeks after that, even for Thanksgiving, is pretty chill. We'll see how I do. And yeah, well, I will check in with you guys in a little bit because I need to get writing. Hey everyone, so this NaNoWriMo vlog has gotten off to a very bumpy, very rough start, and I'm sorry about that. I am definitely hoping that I can keep things my updates a little bit more steady, a little bit more daily. It's like when I wasn't working, I had these major social obligations, which I loved and which made me so happy and feel so fulfilled, but obviously I just didn't have a lot of brain power to write. Oh, and it's been sunny and 70 degrees in Iowa in November, so it's like any chance that I got to not be in my house and not look at a screen I was gonna take so I could go outside. I kind of wanted to discuss this with you guys too, because on one hand I want to make sure that I'm holding myself to a standard of like professionalism and dedication to what I'm working on, because I do want to reach that point on a professional level. So it's like, well, I need to take it seriously now. But on the other hand, to me, I'm writing a fantasy adventure novel. So I think one of the best things that a writer can do is go on their own adventures. And that's the thing that keeps coming up, is like, if there's an opportunity to go on a micro adventure with my friends, whether that's through game night or running around in the woods under a full moon. I am an extrovert, so I like crave that sort of stimulation to begin with, but I also, it just makes my imagination catch on fire, you know, and like just being around people and observing the way people handle like problems or conversation or interactions with different or challenging things. It's so important to me as a writer, because it's like, ultimately, what are you doing? Writing about different interactions between different types of people, how certain individuals handle big problems and small problems and interpersonal problems and meta problems. And it's like, how can you write about those topics if you don't experience them on some level yourself? Going on your own adventures and dealing with different types of people is what can give certain writers a leg up over others, because they have seen or intimately involved with people who don't think like them, who don't talk like them, who don't act like them, who go about problem solving in different ways than them. And you can gain some of that through external sources like media or reading, but I think the best way to go through that is to experience it firsthand if and when you can. That's what I think anyway. Maybe y'all will have a different take on that, but I can definitely feel it filling up my creative well and like making me super excited to write. And I did get a good chunk of writing done yesterday. I mean, I did 2K words, but that's a lot for me, and that's above the NaNoWriMo goal. So that's what I'm going to be aiming for this afternoon as well. And I promise you I'll be better about uploading, because I do love uploading more during NaNoWriMo, because we're all kind of like working on the same goal, and I think that's really fun and challenging and interesting, and I just love you guys so much. So anyway, that's what I'll be up to, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. All right, so I wanted to give one final update for this week's NaNoWriMo writing vlog, and that is exactly how I'm keeping track of my NaNoWriMo word count. What I've been doing since like the beginning of 2020 basically is writing each chapter in its own Word document. That just helps me in my editing process, because then I can focus in on one chapter, not get distracted by the things before or after it, and then put it all together so it's surrounded by context, and then edit it again. However, because I'm doing that, it can make it a little bit tricky with how I'm keeping track of my word counts. So this is what I got going. So I literally have it in this like crazy Word document. There is definitely a more sophisticated and probably smarter way to do it, but this is just what I have started, so this is what I'm sticking with. And as you can see, it starts to get a little wacky once I start changing into new chapters. So I believe these 2 days I was on the same chapter, so it was easy to add up the words, but then I have something like this on November 9th where it's like, yes, this is my total word count for the month of November, but this is the word count I'm starting with on the new chapter because it's a new document. And that's what I'm going to be sticking with for the rest of NaNoWriMo, so I hope it doesn't get confusing for me at any point. But anyway, thank you for hanging out with me for this very sporadic NaNoWriMo vlog. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so close to hitting 1K, and that's when I can start seeking monetization. So anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you're getting a lot of writing done as well. I'll see you in my next writing vlog.